Good morning, everybody. Cheryl at Echeverria Travel, and this is a re-recording for August 13th, 2021 of Talk Travel with Cheryl. I want to apologize for last week. There was some sound issues, and I did not realize it till after the fact. So I'm going to re-say and announce what was going on last week. Um, I had found some interesting information going on for people with special needs and disabilities that want to cruise or even travel during this time. Number one, you definitely need travel insurance that will cover COVID related issues, not only protecting your trip and the money that you're putting out there, but should there be COVID related issues, you want to make sure the insurance plan that you are getting will cover that. A lot of the trips out there, if you do not have travel insurance, they won't let you go. That is a stipulation on many of the cruises, on many of the all-inclusive resorts. Some places themselves are encouraging to get the travel insurance because they may offer a standard insurance policy, which may not cover everything you think it might. So make sure when you're looking at something that includes travel insurance, ask the questions out there. The things that I found out is, if this is the first time you're following us with Talk Travel with Cheryl or Echeverria Travel, or just me, myself, and I've gone into this business 14 years ago due to health-related issues and some disabilities that I've developed over many years from being type 1 diabetic. And type 1 diabetes is considered a disability, depending on how severe it is, as well as since you take medication. Some people lose limbs, some people have other visual issues like I do. I've been on dialysis and back on dialysis, had a kidney transplant, back on dialysis now the last 2 years, waiting to get another kidney. But with COVID, I found that some of the cruise lines are not allowing you to travel on their ships if you are a dialysis patient. Now, mind you, I do my own treatment. I do PD, which is peritoneal dialysis. It's not the same thing as hemodialysis, where you're going into a center 3 or 4 days a week, and you're on the machine 3 to 4 hours a day. I do mine nightly on the machine, and I bring my own supplies, and I don't have to worry about insurance, but I have to worry about it getting delivered to the right place on time and all that. So if you're a dialysis person, double check that you can cruise at this time. Same thing if you're on oxygen and other medical related issues, they are not allowing you to cruise. Or they'll let you know last minute, sorry, but depending on how bad COVID is, they may say, no, sorry, not at this time, and get a refund. So I don't know when these things will be lifted. It's not all the cruise lines. I know Disney is doing it. I know Carnival is doing it. I know celebrities doing it. So I know a number of cruise lines are doing it. So please, 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 some of the luxury liners are not, some of the yacht cruises like Windstar and some of the other Star Clipper are not. So you got to make sure who you're dealing with special need and disability. And if you're not sure, reach out to somebody who does know or who will take the time to find that information out. Not all travel professionals work in the special needs. Some of them don't even want to worry about it. They think it's too difficult, it's too much time consuming. I do. So that's one of the things we work on as specialty with my agency. Besides working with 55 plus, we do bus trips, we do destination weddings, we do honeymoons, we do multi-generational travel. We do group events, not large group events, but we do group travel, mostly 20 people or more, 55 plus, no kiddies. But it doesn't mean we won't do your groups with the kids and stuff. So keep that in mind. Another one of the things, reasons that I went into this business is to help improve the way tour operators and cruise lines work with people with disabilities. I've been invited to many different places over the years to come and speak and talk. I've been an advocate. I used to be with the National Federation of the Blind as president of the Long Island chapter out there for a number of years. And I was president of our travel and tourism division as well. I'm no longer with the NFB, I'm not with the ACB, but I work with all people with visual impairments. I work with all people with disabilities, whether you're autism, blind, deaf. I understand it. I don't know all the disabilities out there, but I will ask the questions and find out how much or how little you can do and give advice. I'm not there to wag a finger or anything else. That being said, August 30th and 31st of this year, I've been invited to come and sit on a couple panels of the Travel Ability Summit. And this is an organization that started a number of years ago with people that are on the board of directors, such as Disney, Royal Caribbean, tour operators that specialize in people with various forms of disabilities and needs, to help improve the travel industry, because let's face it, life is too short. And just because we have something different than everybody else shouldn't stop us from enjoying life and being out there. Sometimes, we may have to take different ways of doing things versus doing it the same way as everybody else. Like somebody who's totally blind may want more of a hands-on experience than a visual experience. I do have some vision, so I like all things: sight, sound, taste, color, being involved in things, trying new things. I won't do roller coasters or thrill rides and stuff like that, but I always like trying new things. I love history and wine and trying new foods and cooking classes and learning the history of something and exploring my mind. And a lot of my clients are the same thing. They're more interested in seeing the world than sitting on a beach. And I can't say enough that there's some beautiful beaches out there: Thailand, Monaco, the French Riviera, the beaches here in Florida. The beaches are great. I love the beach myself. I'm not an ocean swimmer, but I like the beach every once in a while. But it's not my cup of tea to sit on the beach for 7 days and do absolutely nothing. I like a spa treatment every once in a while too. I like getting out and exploring. Even when I go to an all-inclusive resort, I like getting out and exploring and checking out the destination that I'm visiting, and not just the resort as well. So that's why when we book your travel, we like to find out everything you like to do and things you don't like to do. So that way we make sure you're not doing those things. And we're emphasizing and finding you things that you will like to do. And sometimes we even surprise you in some things and recommend you think, hey, I didn't know that. Let's think outside the box. Whether it's a group travel, whether it's an independent travel, some things that are becoming very popular is chauffeur-driven private tours of Europe. So instead of driving on your own, and they're not as more expensive than renting a car, going out, and your chauffeur will pick you up at your hotel and take you to your excursions and smaller places you may never have seen if you did not do it that way. Or if you're younger and you want to go to a hostel and go backpacking through Europe, we can help you with that as well. So there's many different kinds of travel we help you with. So I'm glad that I'm able to bring you these things. I'm glad that I could help with advocating for everybody out there, since I just don't service people in New York, where I'm originally from, Long Island area, my Broadway people, hey, or Central Florida, hey, but we service all United States people here. If you're concerned that I'm not a US citizen, I have a passport, I have a working visa, let us know. I cannot book you from outside the United States, meaning outside Canada and Puerto Rico. I cannot do that because it's a different form payment. There's issues with, your travel with your passports and visas and all this and that. If you are working here in the United States and you have a work visa, we got to make sure that you could travel to that country or that destination. You may not be allowed to with your visa. So we have to find out where you can go to prior to you booking your trip, or else it's going to be a waste of time. In any event, at Echeverria Travel, we are a full service travel agency, been customizing your family destinations since 2008. So it's almost 14 years, yay. We're on social media. I am a live person, but I've been doing virtual interviews and consultations since day one, whether it's here on Zoom, on Skype, on Google, whatever you feel like you need to do. I'm open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. most days. You have to check with my calendar to set up a consultation with me to discuss your trips. And we look forward to seeing you. If you're looking to be a guest on Talk Travel with Cheryl, please, first of all, take a look at my past interviews with small business owners in the Central Florida area, as well as the tour operators and cruise lines that I work with, and even more. So just because you've seen a couple of them doesn't mean that's all we work with. Try to get more and more people on the show. So if you're interested, if you're out there, you want to come on and discuss your destination, your all-inclusive resort, your cruise line, your business, as long as you traveled and want to spend time talking with Cheryl, come on board. We're looking forward to it. 407-910-6469. Reservations at echeveriatravel.com. I'm going to let you know we got a number of trips coming up. We do have the Tuscany trip to Italy, which is in September 2022. It's going for $2,500 per person. It's a 7-day trip. It's going to Portofino, Cinque Terre, Florence, Milan. It's local hotels and foods include. Some food is included. Your excursions are included. We're taking $100 deposits, and payment plans are going to be available. Other trips include that we're doing is the bucket list cruise to Alaska in August of 2022. That's August 30th, 2022. Book now. Rooms are going fast since this year there was really very few Alaska cruises, and next year is sailing out. So that's on the Sapphire Princess. We're doing 7 days from Anchorage down to Seattle. So please, and that includes the Inside Passage, that includes the Glacier Bay. If you're interested in the cruise tour where you have 3 or 4 days at Denali National Park, we have some of that as well. So please, 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 please contact us soon at the number indicated. We're also doing a 5-day, 4-night trip to Savannah, Georgia. If you're 55 plus and you live in Polk County or anywhere in Central Florida, even if you don't and you want to fly here and stay with me in Nelson and go with us, you're more than welcome to. It leaves out of Auburndale, Florida. We're going to Savannah, Jekyll Island, and Beaufort, South Carolina. And that trip is $659 per person. We're accepting checks made out to Echeverria Travel. Deposits are $100 per person, due by November 1st. And if we do not have 30 people or more going, checks will be returned and trip will be canceled. So please keep that in mind. More trips being planned for 2022 and 2023. If you and your friends want to book your own type of trip, whether it's cruise, whether it's land, whether it's bus, whether it's a trip through Europe or that African safari or that tour of Egypt or going to the Great Wall of China or going to Thailand, give us a call. We'll be glad to help you. Echeverria Travel, Talk Travel with Cheryl. Talk to you next week. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.